Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the English Daily Book Summary YouTube channel. In order to not stop learning, listen to an English book summary every day for free.
Raj Shamani. Build, don't talk. Things you wish you were taught in school. Do you ever feel like you're brimming with big dreams yet struggling to figure out where to begin? Maybe you're excited about learning new skills but not sure how to make them stick. Or perhaps you want to strike out on your own and build something meaningful, but the thought of taking that first step seems daunting. And what about money? Tired of just getting by? Are you yearning to see your efforts pay off in ways that give you more freedom and fewer worries? And you might also want to leave something worthwhile behind, indicating that your time here mattered. The truth is, it's easier to fantasize about these big goals than to figure out a solid plan for making them happen. But what if you had a reliable roadmap that showed you how to learn more effectively, turn your personal interests into something profitable, grow your wealth without feeling overwhelmed, and set yourself up to leave a mark that lasts? Think about it. By focusing on the right habits, refining your approach, and understanding that every small step adds up, you really could turn your dreams of today into tomorrow's reality. In this blink, you'll learn how to enhance the way you learn so that you can grow faster and smarter. Discover how to build a professional path that matches your unique strengths and interests. And get insights into managing money more strategically, setting yourself up for long-term financial security. And that's not all. You'll also uncover how daily habits and thoughtful adjustments can help you create a legacy that reflects who you are and what you believe in. Ready to finally stop talking and start building the life of your dreams? Let's dive in. Build your education. How often have you struggled to learn a subject or skill no matter how hard you try? What if we told you that this isn't a flaw in you, but in the way you're going about absorbing information? Some people pick things up when they talk about them with friends or colleagues. Others digest ideas best by reading and watching. And yet others need to roll up their sleeves and learn through hands-on experience. Figuring out how you personally learn best can make a real difference, helping you improve faster and with less frustration. Questioning the world around you is another key part of practical education. Instead of accepting everything at face value, challenge the norms and ask, why is it this way? Our early years often don't encourage that kind of curiosity, but pushing back, exploring different angles, and refusing to settle for a comforting fantasy can lead to deeper insights and more meaningful progress. Getting real about what you're not so good at is also essential. Pretending you're excellent in every area simply holds you back. If there's a skill you struggle with and it's one that matters to you, dedicate time to improving or bring in someone who can help. If it's not essential, let it go. Being honest with yourself about where you shine and where you stumble opens the door to wiser decisions and better use of your time. Plus, knowing your weak points makes it easier to spot big opportunities that play to your strengths. Still, not every path is worth pursuing indefinitely. Sometimes you need to admit that what you're doing isn't working and direct your energy towards something else. That's not failure, it's strategic course correction. And when you do fall short, because everyone does at some point, try to pinpoint the real reason. Understanding the root cause of the setback can guide you towards smarter strategies down the road. Instead of constantly turning to others for advice, ask yourself probing questions. Zero in on what you really need to solve and push yourself to think in ways that lead to action, not just endless loops of thought or discussion. And remember that moving forward slowly but steadily, improving by tiny increments each day or week, adds up, often outpacing those dramatic one-and-done leaps you might dream about. Most of all, don't let comfort lull you into staying put. Growth thrives on stretching yourself, learning what works best for you, and steadily building on small wins until they coalesce to form something much bigger. Build your business. Whether you're a young working professional, soon to retire, or yet to enter the workforce, remember there's no one right way of traversing the professional path. Advice and role models can be helpful, yes, but neither is gospel. Maybe you feel most alive working for yourself, turning your ideas into products or services. Perhaps you prefer working for an employer in a steady role with clear responsibilities. Either option can lead to a satisfying life. Instead of forcing yourself to fit the mold you think or have been told you should, honour what fits you as you are. If you do decide to strike off on your own, coming up with a good business idea starts with looking at industries that interest you. Every field has the potential to make money, so ignore the notion that only certain sectors are worth pursuing. Once you decide where to focus, consider what you already do well. Then spend time in these spaces, watching how people behave, where they gather, and what catches their attention. Knowing your audience goes a long way to understanding how to connect them with what you offer. When it comes to selling, pay attention to people's emotions. What are they worried about? What are they hoping for? Find ways to address their concerns and show that you genuinely care about meeting their needs. In business, observation can't be emphasized enough. Spending time with potential buyers can help you figure out what matters most to them, making it easier to earn their trust and interest. Creating content to support your business is another skill worth developing. Start by making things you would personally want to see, and choose formats and lengths that fit your message rather than following rigid formulas suggested by algorithms. The goal isn't to pump out endless content, but to produce something truly worthwhile. If your work feels honest and of value, your audience will notice. You should also keep in mind that focusing on a single skill and becoming exceptionally good at it can open up multiple income streams later. By getting really strong in one area, you can find ways to apply that expertise under different guises. Think consulting, speaking engagements, and brand partnerships, for example. In short, building a business comes down to choosing a path that matches who you are, picking a field you care about, getting to know your audience, selling with empathy, producing content that feels right, and turning one solid skill into many possibilities. And that's only if the entrepreneur right is the right one for you to begin with. Either way, what matters is ownership, empowerment, and ensuring that the work you do serves both you and the people you seek to reach. Build your wealth. If you've ever wondered how some people seem to escape the daily grind, steadily amassing their wealth while others remain living paycheck to paycheck, you're not alone. A big shift happens when you stop thinking like a consumer and start acting more like a producer. Consumers spend their time and money on what others create. Producers find ways to create something valuable themselves. By producing, you're not just daydreaming about what could be, but actively building something others might pay for. And if you can show prospective buyers that their investment in your product or service can help them grow, you'll increase your chances of success tenfold. Your income often rises with the number of hours you clock, but working hard alone won't necessarily make you wealthy. Real wealth comes from making your money work for you, not the other way around. That means taking a chunk of what you earn and investing it where it can compound without constant effort on your part. Mutual funds, equities, or personal ventures can turn what you save into something much more substantial. But before diving headfirst into investments, take some time to learn how the market works. Don't just jump on board with whatever happens to be trending. Think about how comfortable you are with risk. If you're more cautious, stick to lower risk options. If you're open to higher stakes, you might consider something with potentially bigger returns. The key is to invest in a way that matches your personal nature as much as your financial goals. Engaging with more people, especially those outside your usual circles, can also open up unexpected avenues to wealth generation. Every time you meet someone new, you're expanding your mental library, picking up fresh perspectives and discovering opportunities you might never have considered before. The result is often a sharper mind and a clearer sense of where you can go, and how you can potentially increase your earnings along the way. This multifaceted approach, thinking like a producer, Channeling your income into smart investments and talking to a wider range of people gets you well on your way to enjoying wealth, not just your weekly wage. By doing these things, you're both earning money and laying the foundations for it to grow steadily, aligning your financial future with the kind of life you've always dreamed of living. Build your legacy. If only your goals were as easy to attain as they are to announce, right? Unfortunately, simply setting big goals doesn't guarantee you'll achieve big success. Yes, it's essential to know what you're aiming for, but what matters more is developing the habits that'll continue to carry you forward, even when outside factors threaten to throw you off track. Real progress, real accomplishment, transpires in the daily routines that steadily build momentum. Fortunately, this means the hardest part often isn't not knowing what to do, but getting started and keeping on going. Acting on that first gut feeling frequently leads to daring moves that put you ahead of those who hesitate too long. As time progresses, you'll strengthen and hone your sense of intuition, simultaneously learning more about what you want and what you're good at. Putting systems in place will keep you consistent, and, this can't be emphasized enough, consistency is the real game changer. Turning up regularly compounds your skill, reputation, and impact. Even if you don't consider yourself naturally gifted, you can quickly surpass more talented people by continually showing up and getting better bit by bit. A further perk of showing up day after day is that you'll inevitably acquire a personal stamp, some unique element or quality that people instantly connect with you. While such a distinguishing presence can help, especially in today's crowded world, remember this doesn't necessarily require reinventing the wheel. What will ultimately set you apart is simply being yourself. You're already your own niche. If you aren't convinced, consider that who you are is a blend of values, lessons, and influences you've assimilated throughout your life to date. No one else has or will encounter this precise blend, so your personal brand is less of a packaging and more of an unpackaging. In reality, your legacy won't come down to one grand moment or a meticulous 20-year strategy. It'll come down to steady progress, ongoing learning, and, more than anything, honouring your unique self and the gifts only you can bring to the world. In this blink to Build, Don't Talk by Raj Shamani, you've learned that focusing on daily habits and gradual improvements will always get you further than fastidiously fixating on the finish line. It's tempting to dream about big successes, envisioning yourself mastering new skills, carving out a fulfilling career, securing lasting wealth, and leaving something meaningful behind. But grand goals often remain elusive if you don't address the real issue: how to reach them step by step, day in, day out. Building something worthwhile requires understanding how you learn best so you can refine your skills efficiently. It means choosing a direction that resonates with who you are rather than forcing yourself into a mold that doesn't fit. Instead of chasing quick money, building wealth involves studying how to grow your resources steadily and sustainably, making sure your earnings serve your long-term well-being. With consistent effort, thoughtful planning, and the willingness to adapt, you can transform distant aspirations into tangible achievements. Every action counts, and over time, they can amount to building a legacy that genuinely contributes to the world and those around you. Okay, that's it for this Blink. We hope you enjoyed it. If you can, please take the time to leave us a rating. We always appreciate your feedback. And we'll see you in the next Blink.